Hello everyone and welcome back to some more ARK Survival Evolved on the YouTuber server. So today we got ourselves an actual really neato canito thing. It's going to probably take a while, so I do hope you guys are ready for probably, there might be a little bit of a big old cut, maybe a time. I highly doubt we're going to do a time lapse. But either way, today what we're planning on doing is we're actually planning to make ourselves an air conditioner. And I'd be like, okay, air conditioner, great. What about it? Well, the entire point of the air conditioner is that we're going to make ourselves a breeding area. We're going to make ourselves a little zone to breed critters in. So we haven't done any breeding on the server yet. We haven't, I guess we technically have bred things, but we haven't done anything all too interesting just this second. So what I am going to do is I'm going to actually take the Rexies over here. Can we get you all to stop cuddling over in this corner? That'd be great. That'd be awesome. Can we get you all to come over here? So let's get them all running over. I think Giga's got that other one pinned. Giga, Tiny, please let him go. I know you're all very large and in charge, but you can't bully the little ones. All right, and then let's go ahead and get this other Rexy over here. And voila. All right, cool. So, ooh, hey there. Yeah, I get it. You all are a very happy family. All right, so what we need in order to do this, however, is that we are going to actually require them to wander. Now, I don't think any of us want to go suffer through the entirety of making another gigantic wall. So, what we're going to do instead is we're going to do something a little bit on the sneaky beaky side of things, and we're just going to actually make a wall out of the Scorpies. Because we're not really needing too much more Scorpy stuff. If we ever need to regrind the eggs, then we will. But what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and line the area up with Scorpies. And I think what will end up happening is that the Rexes will be kind of not as willing to go wander out. But I do want to see what a baby Rex number one looks like. And of course, I also kind of want a baby Rex for my own. So let's go ahead. Let's bring them over here into this corner. Now, I think the way it works is that the albino Rex is actually... Yeah, you can see the Rex got stuck on the Scorpies. But this guy right here is the only male of the group. The rest are female, so it should be that one male and two females ought to be able to be perfectly fine, which means that we might even be having two babies if we are lucky. So we will see. All right, boom, boom. Let's bring them a little bit closer into the fold. We want them to get as close as they possibly can be. Okay, yep. And then we're going to go ahead and seal off the exits. So... Okay, Scorpy, main wife. I will leave this. Main wife? Okay. Actually, number two, you can come here as well. I want you all to stay right here. Let no one through. Alright, no matter how much they beg, no matter how much they plead, you must never let them through. And then the rest of the wives come with me. Where's Scorpy himself? Yeah, wait a minute. Where is actual Scorpy? Oh, there he is. He's following me. Cool. Right. Over we go. We just have to leave them all around here. It should be enough to deter them from really getting much of any escaping done. So let's go ahead and put another one right over here. Alright, cool beanerinos. We might even conscript the Giga for a little bit of help. We'll see. We'll see how that ends up playing out. And then we will... just have you standing your guard right there. Alright, excellent. And then, yeah, I guess Tiny, here, cutie. Alright, let's go ahead and bring you on over here. Not quite what I was looking for, but a little bit closer. A little bit closer. I feel like I'm taking photos, like, you know, like the freaking photos where it's like a little bit more to the left, a little bit more. Smile for the camera. Okay, mate. Oh, for God's sake. Alright, come here. Come here. Tiny, stop being dumb. Nope. I applaud you. We will not use you as a roadblock because you just flew through the air, and that is enough to discourage me from ever wanting to do that ever again. Parapal, you're testing my patience, friend. You're testing my patience. Okay, come on. Come on, Rhino. Oh, for God's sake. Ovi! Ovi! Dadgum, you Oviraptor. Ovi! Oh, for God's sake. Alright. Ovi! All of you, over here. There we go. Alright, and the Oviraptor, same dealie, actually. Whoop, that's... I don't know what the heck I just whistled. Are they all attacking my target now? No. Alright. So we're going to leave that there. Ovi's going to actually go in there, help them get some 11s going on. Hopefully that will be a-okay. And we're going to do this like part and part, right? So what I'm going to do is it's going to always be that we put the eggs into a small room inside the base, right? So we're not going to make like this gigantic, like monstrous pen thing for them. But what we're going to do is we're going to make it so we raise the eggs in the air conditioning room until they're about ready to hatch. When they're about ready to hatch, that's whenever we let them kind of go out into the wild blue yonder. And then we're going to, like, of course, we'll make sure to maintain it, right? We're still going to make sure to take careful, especially good care of them, because I don't want to end up doing anything too bad. And also the Oviraptor might get into a little bit of trouble here, but we'll see. Actually, you know what? We'll see. If it ends up that it wanders around too far, then I'll say no to that. But whoa, it's just me or the map get green? Okay. And I need you, no, not unclaim. I want you to switch your targeting range down. Oh, okay, you're in the lowest range. Heck yeah. And then I didn't even know there was a lowest range. Okay. Oh, heck yes. Okay. And then, alright, so we're all in good shape. Okie dokie. So, you are the last one. Now, I need you to go to Wander, and I need you to go to Wander as well. And I need you to Wander as well. And then, there's the hearts. There's some good old heart action going. I love it. Go ahead, cuddle all you want. As long as you stay near each other, it should be all in good shape. So you can see here the mating progress is going. Albeit slowly, but it is going. We'll let them get their action going on. Whilst that is going on, we are going to go ahead and work on the incubation room. And... oh, whoa, no. You are supposed to be following me. I think your caboose is in the way there. I'm not sure. Here, oh, dadgummit, I keep on... okay, here. Come... can you turn around a little bit, Wooly? Yeah, no, you're going the wrong way now. You're going the completely wrong way. Come on. There you go. This is kind of hilariously... this is a very strange way to go about doing this. Come on. Actually, you know what, that's good enough. The Rexes are the real thing I don't want to escape. Everything else is kind of like, you know, it would be nice if they don't escape, but not a huge deal if they do. Alright. Boom, ba-doom, boom, boom. Let me see here. So, this is going to be our bedroom. We haven't worked on that, but this is going to be the incubator room. And so that is going to be, of course, an endeavor and a half. Actually, we do have the stone walls still on Bronto, so let's go over to Bronto. Let's go take the stone walls off of him. That should save us a wee bit of time, so we don't have to go collect rocks and all that good stuff. But we should be able to put that into working order. We do have metal from the metal episode that we did last time, so we should be able to put together an air conditioner relatively quickly. I don't imagine it'll be taking that much. I'm thinking to myself I might be wrong about that, but we'll see. We'll see how that all ends up playing out, but I don't think it should be too bad. And then let's go ahead and run over here. Okay, they're very much stuck, which is exactly what we wanted, right? We want them to be stuck, and it's a lot less time consuming than kind of doing it all by hand. I am putting down walls. Okay, brain just kind of stopped working for a moment there. Walls. Let's go ahead and put these into that slot. Oh, we are heavy because of the... Choco being a dum-dum yet again. Alright, so this is a simple... whoop. This is a simple matter of I just need to wall off an area. Okay, apparently I am not able to tell which direction this is facing. So... there we go. Okay, so let's go ahead, put these down like so, and we're just going to make it so it's a nice little secluded area. We don't want it to be too large, we want it to be relatively small, Because if it's too big, then we're also going to run into problems. And we're actually going to have to make its own individual ceiling for this area, because we want to make sure that it gets the benefit of being quote-unquote indoors, which is a pretty big deal. That's a spyglass. Alright, so just like that, now we have to go ahead and make some ceilings. I think we're just going to go ahead and make a wooden ceiling for this bad boy. I don't think we necessarily have to do too much stuff other than that. And then we just have to put the air conditioning in there. So let's go ahead, let's work on the air conditioner, because memory fails and I don't remember how big it was. I think it was like sort of a smallish looking one. It wasn't too monstrously big. We're also going to need 5 polymer, which I'm going to make out of the obsidian, which is on pretzel, and I never took it off. I knew we forgot to do something. I knew. Alright, so let's go get pretzel and all of the obsidian from pretzel, and then we will, of course, be on our way. Okay, people are telling me that the incubator is going to have to be bigger, which is scary. Alright, so we're going to have to make the incubation area a lot bigger. Then let's do it this way. Let's break down these walls. Actually, I think I should just be able to break the bottom one. Yeah, there we go. Okay. The only problem here is that that's going to get in the way, but maybe what I can do is just like... Okay. That should be big enough. That should be more than big enough. That is a generous amount of space. Okay, and then bang, bang. Then one more set of walls ought to do the trick. Okay. Alright, they're not flush. I don't really know why, but they weren't flush. Can we... Yes, okay, good. Now that's flush. Okay, bang, 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 easy peasy, and then we're just gonna make this... Nope, not the correct way. Okay, that I think will be alright. Okay. And then we have to make, of course, a doorway and stuff to make sure that we can get in and out, because that would be also equally bad if we couldn't get in and out of here. So we'll make a stone little doorway thing, a door frame. Let's go check on the Rexes, make sure that they haven't laid the eggs yet, and if they have, that I recover them without too much incident. Oh, they did! Oh, wow, holy crap, they're huge. Okay, they're too cold. It's alright, little ones. Daddy Choco is coming. Holy mother of goats, they are huge. Your poop is gigantic. I am not entirely sure how you got into the Dilo pen, but, you know, whatever. Alright, Tiny, you watch over them. And the Oviraptor, of course, is, like, nowhere to be found, because the Oviraptor went, like, 300 miles away. Alright, Ovi, let's stop. You should not be wandering anymore. Alright, you need to just come over here. I think what we need to do is we need to drop it off in the Dilo pit. Or we have to, like, make it, like, its own, like, little prison. Okay. You are no longer wandering. Perfect. Let's go ahead and get the meat out. Almost ate a Rex egg because I wasn't thinking that much. Grand. Okay, up, 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 up. Alright, so. We are not in the right level. I also am needing food, which is why I came here. Let's go ahead and grab the cooked meat. Which, of course, I don't have it bound because I just ate like 800 things of fish. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, so there is that. Now, actually, let me... Okay, forget, Pretzel's like farther away, so let's turn this on. Let's see, so to make the air conditioner, I'm going to need 5 polymer and then some other stuff. So let's go ahead and make 5 polymer. Okie dokie. Let's get some metal as well. I'm encumbered with this? Seriously? Okay. Oh, well, I guess I am holding giant dinosaur eggs and also like a whole bunch of wooden metal, or wooden stone. So I guess that's fair. Okay, throw the metal into here. Structures, electric, air conditioner. And so air conditioners, they regulate both heat and cold. So should be able to get our dinos actually warmed up if we put one in there. So let me go ahead. We'll replace our beer because we're not drinking beer. And our dino is going to be born blind because it is freaking bright as fleep in here. Alright. So we'll just like leave it over here, sort of. We'll leave it over here by the door. That's what we'll do. Okay, so there we go. Air conditioner. Let me go ahead. Toss down 2 dino eggs. Now they are going to be, I think, too cold, right? Yeah, so we need to actually because we're kind of doing this all in the same time and everything's kind of hectic, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some standing torches. And these standing torches are going to have to do for the time being because these guys are going to get wrecked otherwise. And actually we have some flint up here. Let's just use those. Flint. You're over here. And what I'm hoping is that one little air conditioner is going to be enough to offset, like, because normally I would have to put like 900 torches and I have to regulate the temperature whenever it gets like cool again and everything else. So I'm hoping what I'll do, I'm not looking at it as like okay, fix everything, you're gonna make the temperature all like rock solid, but I just want it to be able to at least help. And I don't know what the heck I just whistled. Alright. Alrighty. Let's go ahead. I'm just making more and more of these things, aren't I? Alright. Boom. We'll throw the thatch in straight away and light the fire. Throw this into here. Light that fire. I think I've made far too many of these. That's okay. Alright. How are you all doing? You're still too cold. Okay. Noted. And we also have to roof off this thing. So perhaps the smart thing to do would have been to make this first and then start the breeding process. I honestly thought the breeding process would take a little bit longer. But that's okay. That's okay. We can probably still make this work, I imagine. Alright, so that should be plenty of that stuff. I need to go get some wood for sure. And there is a scorpion out here? Really? Dang, you are far from home. Okay. So I think once we add the walls and the ceiling also, it'll get a lot warmer. / it won't be as cold. Which, obviously, is kind of like the game plan right now. So, zoom. We'll go ahead, wall everything off. I think we're just going to do this with wood, honestly, just to make sure that we can do this in a relatively timely fashion. Up. And then, let's throw in a little more thatch into here. Still, okay, now it's incubating. So we cleared the first hurdle. Now they are, okay, this one's still too cold though, because it's a little savage. All right, let me go ahead, I don't know how to make them. Door frame, thatch. Oh god. All right, so we need to learn the walls first. So walls, thatch into wooden, and then stone. I guess we'll even learn that as well. And then door frames. We're gonna learn wooden door frame, stone door frame. Learn the doors as well. Okay, and then let me see what we got going on here. We are requiring thatch. Of course, we're requiring thatch. Let's go back out. We have to go get some thatch real quick. Oh man, yeah, that first Rex egg, it may not make it. It may not make it. It is not doing that hot. Got him. But yeah, we do have to kind of hurry. Jokes aside, we do need to kind of hurry here. All right, so we won't craft until we're back in there to make sure that our movement speed is not going to be rip. So come on, baby. You'd think that with all our movement speed points, we'd be moving a little bit faster than this. Cry. And then we just need the ceilings, man. Just the ceilings and the door frames. That's all we need at this point. We just need the ceilings and the door frames. I could even put down the wall just for like a temporary thing instead of the door frame if I'm still lacking. Alright, so... Oh, and I didn't learn the ceilings. Crap, I do need to learn those, like, immediately. I need the stupid thatch one. Stupid thatch roof. Alright. And then ceiling, wooden ceiling, stone ceiling. Cool beans. Alright, so let's go ahead. Ceilings first. So you are going to require far more wood. This is going to require far more stone. Either way, we don't have enough. So I'm going to actually improvise with thatch roofs. because I don't even have enough for that because I don't have the fiber. Oh my god. Alright, plan B. I'm going to light another torch. Plan B is, of course, the best plan here. Okay, let's go meander over this way. Let's just drop some of that stuff off to here. In that case, now you both should be okay. So you're incubating now, you're incubating. Okay, they're both about half HP. We should be able to make this happen. Door frame, let's go ahead. I guess we might as well make a stone one, because obviously we don't have enough to make enough ceilings, so... let's go ahead and get this out of there. Door frame. Bing, bang, boom. That's not aligned, but I think that'll be okay. I'm not 100% sure about that statement, but I think we'll be alright. Is that going to work? Is that going to give us the house thing? I think it will. Alright, and if not, we can just redo it, because we have the walls for it. What we do not have enough of is fiber. We don't have enough of fiber. We don't have enough thatch. We don't have enough wood. We don't have enough stuff, man! We're panicking. We're panicking a little bit. Alright, so... pick these guys up. They should be okay. It is no longer nighttime, which is surprisingly a fairly important point, since, you know, nighttime colder, daytime warmer, but I think we can make this all work out in the end. Alright, so there's some of that. Let's get some more thatch. Let's honestly just load up with thatch as much as we can. Thatch is both going to work as a fuel, as well as some building material, and all that good stuff. Oh, man. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Let me go over here. And then we are going to be in good shape, arenos. Alright, bang, bang, bang. Okay, and how are you doing? We have to make sure that they also don't get too hot, right? So that's the other consideration that we have to make. If that happens, then that's significantly harder to do, which is why we have the air conditioner. That is the first and foremost reason why I did that. I guess we'll do stone ceilings, I guess, because we're going to be fancy about it. We need a lot more. Okay, never mind, I lied. We're going to do not that, because that's ridiculously expensive. We'll just do these ceilings right here. And we're going to need way more wood, but hey, you know what? You got to do what you got to do. Because wood is easier to come by than freaking stone is. Well, that's not true. Not necessarily easier to come by, but it is far easier to collect. Oh! That gave us the house thing! Oh, that's awesome! That's excellent! That is actually most excellent. Okay, cool. So... that gave us a house benefit, and then the entirety of this is actually in house. Oh, okay, yeah, no, I'm down. All right, I'm okay with that then. All right, so game plan right now is that we're gonna go ahead and we actually need to collect a ludicrous amount of meat. Whenever they hatch, they are gonna be hungry hippos. It is going to be absolutely insane. So we do have to go ahead, collect some meat along the way. While we're doing this, I suppose it doesn't really hurt for us to go ahead and just try to make that some stone ceiling, because we apparently only needed 2. And I don't mind not covering up that entire thing. Honestly, it looks... oh god, I just punched a bear. Yep, I get it. Oh, okay, you just killed that corpse. That is... okay. I will fight you, bear, and I will win. So... you're kind of in a bad position for this. Okay, I thought I was gonna win, unless my freaking mouse clicked out of my screen. What the fudge was that, mouse? Hello? Oh, man. Okay. That was some really bizarre stuff. Okay, so I think we actually even have all the stuff for the ceiling still, don't we? Do we have enough? No, we don't have enough for 2, because we need wood. We do have enough stone for it, though. So let's go ahead and just chop this down. Bang, bang, bang. And bang, bang, bang. Okay, there they go. And let me go ahead and see here. Oh, man. Oh, mama. Let's put them in, and let's get that rolling. Now, the good thing is, as we discovered with the wolves, once they are all, like, ready to go and all babyfied, they are going to have an interesting moment come about whenever they hit juvenile. Once they are juveniles, then they can be fed based off of... oh, goodness sake. They can be fed based off of... oh, wow, you are really badly hurt. Did I hit you? I must have hit him. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Pterodon. My bad. but they will be able to be fed off feeding troughs. But until then, you have to manually feed them. So we're going to be feeding 2 baby Rexes, which I'm assuming are as ravenous as their parents. So we're going to have to go ahead and feed them quite a bit. Now, for those of you who are concerned, like, hey, what about other eggs? They have cooldowns. So this one, yeah, you can tell here, it's going to take 15 hours before it's actually eligible to do that once more. So actually, I'm going to disable wandering on both. Take the time to do that real fast. Because even though we're sort of in a rush now that they're sort of all, you know, they're inside and they're all in good incubation stuff going, I'm not as concerned. We were far more concerned earlier. Alright, that's okay. That's alright. And then you also need to be disabled on wandering because you are currently clipping into my house. Stab it. Okay. And then over to the side we go. Okie dokie. Now, let me run over. We're going to break the ceilings down, replace them with stone ceilings. Let's make sure they're not too hot. They appear to be in good shape. And as you can tell there, this is going to be a process, right? This is not going to be like something that happens overnight. This is going to take a while for sure. Actually, let's make the stone ceilings before we actually break them down. So ceiling, let's go ahead and make 2 of them. Kind of a neato thing to have. Like, we have like a part ceiling here. It's kind of strange, but you know what? That's okay with me. Okay, there we go. There's all that. Now let's put the stone ceilings up. That is a wall. Nope, that's a spyglass, not even that. Okay, and then let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so now we're back to having the buff on as well. Absolutely hype out of Skype. The eggs are incubating. And now we can put more air conditioners in there, which I think we will do. Let's go ahead and let's get up to 4 air conditioners in that space. So this is going to be, of course, a very, very nonsensical sort of thing for a little bit. Okay, never mind. You know what? I think one air conditioner's fine. if we really need to, we can make some more. But I think I'm going to go ahead and just write that off as that's totally okay by me. Okie dokie. I thought I heard the combat music start, and I was like, what? Combat's not happening. I don't know what you're talking about, game. There's no combat going on here. Okay, we are going to definitely need to go kill some stuff, because we are going to need way the heck more meat than we have right now. Oh! The Scorpy! Oh, well. Honestly, that pterodon meant nothing to me. It wasn't even a named pterodon. It was just a pleb lord that was annoying the heck out of me, to be honest. Fudge sakes, though! Sad face. And again, as always, we are... Whoa. Wait a minute. Where is the Scorpy at? Oh, you made a very poor life decision. Yeah. I go over there to stop, put the fire out. Dino's like, we got this, champ. Gone. Alright, let's go over here and let's go find some more meat. I think I'm going to go ahead and get more crossbow shots and do it that way, because I'm a pleb lord. Arrows. I know we have some still left on, of course, our good old Kwehs Patetsy, but we are not going to do that, because I am just going to go ahead and do it just from making some new ones up. I actually hit the Dimorphodon. Okay. Down you go. We're going to need way more meat, so... We're going to need to get some more of this stuff. Now, the one bad thing, I guess, that I didn't realize until just this second was now that the fish no longer give me regular meat, that means that they're actually lower value than their historic counterparts have been, which is really actually quite bad. Because whenever we went into the water, we would just go get, like, a whole bunch of the fish from there and then cook them up, and then that'd be fine. But now that even Mega Piranha don't give that, might end up finding ourselves having a little bit of a rough time. Alright, Trikes. I'm going to aggro one of you. I expect all of you to get mad at me. Yep, alright, perfect. I need you to all flip out and come after me, bros. Alright, one level 19 is down. I feel kind of bad. Alright, Down you go. Oh, freaking compies, man. Yeah! Oh, I welcome you. This is the only time you'll probably ever hear me say, I am very glad that... Okay. I have compies after me. Okay. Alright, there goes another compy. Alright, come on. Almost down. There we go. Okay, down goes another compy. And down you go as well. Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and harvest all that glorious, glorious meat. Good bit from these, too. Surprisingly. Now, where did that little cluster of them go? Whatever. Cluster of compies ain't that important. Am I stuck in this tree? I am stuck in this tree. I just did what dinos do. Cry every time. Alright, where is the dead trike? Did it get eaten? Oh, okay. Guess it's gone. Well, rest in pepperonis. Rest in pepperonis trike corpse that we never harvested. Okay, pokey, poke, poke, poke. And then poke. Let's go ahead, grab some more of this here meat. Alright. Hey there, bud. Come here. Okay, there's another one for the coffers. Let's go ahead. Number 2. And then looks like it's going to only take 3 shots as well, so you're probably a low-level guy. Bang. Alright, perfect. So now that we got this all running and gunning, we have ourselves a good bit of meat. Now, surprisingly, it's probably not enough. So what we will do with this meat, though, is I'm going to go ahead and at least squirrel them away, because our weight is getting a little bit on the high side. And then we will, of course, kind of plop over and get things sorted a little bit better. And go back, do all that stuff. We are going to put the meat into the feeding trough near the other ones right now. Just in the interest of kind of making sure that things don't go absolutely to the crappers. Because we do need to make sure that they are hatched outside. What I do not need is Wall Carner to have wall rexes. That would not... Wall rex? That kind of sounds like walruses. But we do not need wall rexes. We just need to have a regular rex. And they're not going to be the best rexes. They're going to be better than their moms are, but not better than their dads, than singular dad. So we have to kind of keep that in mind. I'm also going to put all the spoiled meat in here. Let's go ahead and throw in all that raw meat. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, we're going to need way more meat than that. So let's go ahead, go back inside, check on the eggs. We still do need to check on them every now and then, because if it gets too hot or if it gets too cold, then we have to make sure that they are A-okay. Okay, they're still incubating. Doesn't look like they lost any extra health. They still have a long ways to go until they're hatched. But hey, they are still well on the way. I'm pretty handy with that. I'm pretty happy with that. So let's go over that way. Let's go knock out a couple of parapals. And by knock, I mean viciously kill some parapals and all that good stuff. I am really kind of curious as to why I'm so heavy right now. Is it because of the poop? Yeah, it's because of the poop. It's also because of the wood as well. But poop is definitely a contributing factor here. Ooh, Stego laid an egg. What Stego have you been flirting with? I think actually females have a chance to just drop them outright, just for no particular reason, so maybe that's what happened right there. Alright, throw in large poop, good to go. Yeah, we have 100 wood on us, which would definitely be what's weighing us down. So let me go ahead, drop out the wood, boom, and then voila, I was much lighter. Much, much lighter. Alright, and then let's see here. If I do see a bronze, I probably will go after it, which is kind of a scary notion, but I think we can handle it just fine. Level 38 Parapal, but it's mate boosted, so it's going to be a pain in the butt to kill. Just kidding. Easy peasy. Oh, there is a Bronto over yonder. Alright, so let's go ahead and craft ourselves some arrows. It's going to require flint. That's the only thing that I'm really missing. So let's go ahead and get some flinterinos. Oh, man. They are going to be absolutely beautiful. I can't wait. I'm actually kind of curious to know about like colors and how they are passed on. I don't know if they actually have like heredity in here, if it's like Mendelian genetics kind of heredity, where it's just like super simple, like basic Mendelian genetics, not like sex linked and all that stuff. But I think we'll be okay. Okay, load up the crossbow. There's a Dilo. Adequately named because it will die. A level 51 Dilo. Oh, dodo birds, you better believe I'm gonna come for you. Alright, sorry about that. I got really excited. There were dodo birds involved. Alright. Cool beans. Let's go find ourselves a brontosaurus. It's actually a fair ways away. Thought I saw one much closer. Not ours. I don't want to kill our own brontosaurus. That wouldn't help. Or would it? Alright, let's go over here. We have a fair bit of dodo birds actually right there, but that's okay. Actually, yeah, nah. Because the thing is, the brontosaurus doesn't actually give us that much more meat, to be honest. I don't even think it would give us more meat than a whole bunch of little dinos, so perhaps that's not the right way to do this. Let's go kill the other dodo real quick, if I can find it really easily, which I don't think I can, so forget it. Lost to the winds. Alright, brontosaurus. Let's see, what level are you? If you're a really high level, I'll tame you. You're not. Perfect. I am currently trying to place a wall on you. Okay. And then we gotta run. Shot. Whoop, I think I missed. Okay. Shot in the face. Shot in the face. Uh-oh. Are you stuck? I'd appreciate it if you're stuck. Although I think you are stuck, so rest in pepperonis. I think I shot it inside its mouth. Oh no, that is just rude. That's just painful. And that was a whiff and a half. Am I shooting it? Yeah, okay. Yeah, wow, I've been shooting these arrows into its mouth. As if I wasn't a savage already for doing this. Uh-oh. It caught on! It caught on! It caught on! Alright. And then... another rock. Yo, rock's honestly the biggest MVP of ARK. I'm shooting it into the back of its mouth! Yeah, I probably should use the Giga for this. Giga would have had a fun time. Reload. Okay, and then off it goes. Now, we've never actually killed a Bronto, I don't think, like this, so I'm actually kind of, like, pretty pleased that we can go hunt down Brontos for food. It's a pretty big step up from being a pleb lord. And let's go see here. X inventory, sauropod vertebra. I'm just going to go ahead and collect them. I don't think it's actually all that important that we collect them, but hey, you know what, might as well collect them. And then there we go, some 7 or so prime meat. Cook those bad boys up, and then take that cooked prime meat, store into the fridge, take the raw meat, get it ready for the babies. I don't think there's an actual benefit to using prime meat on the babies, though, is the only thing. But, bing, bang, boom. Parapal, I will be back for you. Trike, I will be back for you. Don't you worry. Giga's gonna get a lot of you all for nom-noms later. Okay, zoom, zoom, zoom. Also, really need to check on the babies again, because the babies might be getting cold because it's raining. And also, we are not... Those standing torches are not infinite, right? So we have to make sure that they don't run out. And then if they do run out, I'd want to make sure that if they run out, that it's not going to be the end of the eggs. Okay, they look like they're A-okay. I do think, based on the fact that they are doing fine now, they're not hot with these torches here, we're going to need at least a couple of torches also to help them along their way. So we'll throw some of these into here for fuel, so that not all the torches go out. I think 3 should be fine. They're both incubating. And look, it's barely dented. Not even like, it's just, we're not even close right now. Regardless, load up the feeding trough, get some more meat. Whenever they're born, the idea here is that we want the feeding trough to be full, and then when they're born, in addition, we need to make sure that our inventory is just about full so that we can then feed from our own kind of stockpile of meat. That way they can keep on going. that is going to be another doozy and a half when that goes on. And who knows, it may end up being that, and this is something that I want to make sure that's very clear to everyone, is that it's possible. Obviously, it's not preferred, but it is possible that we may actually have to pick and choose which has to live and which has to die, because it could potentially happen that we may not actually have all the meat by the time that the timer is up. Of course, we're going to try. I think we won't run into that problem, but it is, of course, something that is very possible, because these things are ravenous. They just scarf down food like crazy. That is not the trophy chest. Trophy chest is not this one. I think it's this one. Yep. So let's go ahead and throw the sauropod vertebra in there. Okay, back down we go. And let's go find ourselves that trike and such. You know what, Tiny? You can come out with me. You can come out. We can have some fun. Alright. And let's actually see. I think that's the right whistle. Wow, just one banged him, and everything came for the ride. Okay, that was not what we wanted. Well, everything came and tried to help. Not quite what we wanted to have happen, but you know what? Alright. You know, team spirit. Not at all what we wanted to have happen there. Alright, let's try it one more time. Whistle. Bang. 2 bangs him. Easy peasy. Okay, and then over we go. Let's keep a nice little lookout here for any very yummy looking dinos. We're looking for things that are bigger in size, now, especially now that we have Giga wandering around with us, so I'm not too scared about going into the jungles and whatever else. Granted, we haven't really been scared of the jungles for a while. We've been pretty okay with, like, the formerly spooky areas of the map. Because now that we have flak armor and whatever else, we're actually fairly tanky. We won't go down quite immediately. You don't want to kill a dog, even though they're not dogs, but they're loyal. They smart, they loyal. No dinos, eh? Alright, come on, Tiny. We gotta find it at some point. I guess we can always go by the river. The river's always just flooded with stuff to eat. There's a trike over there. Wait, now it's a stego. Oh, rest in pepperoni stego. What gender are you? You are a 19 male? Nah, sorry. Did not make the cut. Jeez. Giga does not mess about. Tier raw prime mate. Yeah, we're close enough to base that it doesn't really make sense not to do it, I suppose. Alright. Tiny, I need you to believe in me. We're gonna jump off a cliff and it'll be totally fine. I've done this like 1,000 times before. It'll be fine. Like, watch. Meow. Oh, actually, this is a pretty high one. Ow. Yeah. Tiny's fine. Me, not so much. Tiny was okay with that. But, man. No, we're not killing the buddies. We have an alliance with the buddies. The buddies we do not mess with. The buddies get to survive. Alright, let's go ahead. We are going to have to, of course, cook some of the meat because I am a starving Marvin. Let's go ahead and throw those into there. And then... yeah, actually, let's just go ahead and cook up the food that we'll need for a while. Might as well. We're going to be collecting way more meat, so... might as well just collect whatever we need. Bum-ba-dum-bum-bum. And you idiots all need to come with me. I'm hoping that doesn't reach that far. I don't think it does, but we need to bring everything a little bit closer. I only count 2 Rexies, because 1 Rex is apparently stuck in the corner. Great! Excellent! Alright, now let's go over... and of course, the breeding thing, so my understanding of how breeding works, for those of you who are a little bit more curious about the mechanical aspects of this whole thing, we are going to be trying to, eventually, we would want to breed ourselves like a really good dino, based off the parents, because the parents, what they do is, it's not based off of what you level up, so not the stats that you put in, but based upon the stats that it had upon taming, including the bonus ones that it does randomly get assigned, it will choose from that lot. Oh, it's gonna, like, I think average the two and then create one. How about it? Alright, thank you. Senor Giga, thank you very much. I think you actually ate the parapel, which is, I guess, okay. There's a buddy over there, some parapels, there's a bear. You wanna fight some bears? Let's fight some bears. Alright, Giga. Protect me from the army of bears that I'm about to aggro. And just like that, the bears were no more. Jeez, man, that's crazy. All right, you get that one. I'll get the other one. Or he can get both. You know, whatever. Kill stealer. All right. Let's go for one more good solid kill here, and then. Oh, absolutely. I need the Giga's help for this guy. Got him. Oh, wow. Even almost got that guy. Yeah, whatever. You can live. You survived a bite from a T-Rex. You get to live. And... Alright, let's see. So, Giga, how you doing? Oh, we can up your melee damage even more. Alright, come on. Let's get back home. Let's go drop off the food that we do have. Alright, dodo bird. More like no-no bird. Okay, good stuff. Now let's go back down. And then we were now going to be able to do this. So, obviously, this is going to be a while, but the payoff is, of course, we have our first set of baby eggs. And this, of course, is not even mentioning the part where hatching is one thing, and then raising is a completely different other, right? So we need to not only have them hatch, but we're also going to have to then raise them after they're ready. Now, I'm assuming that the point, I'm really hoping that it's not set to default rates, because that would be pretty rough. But I'm assuming what's going to happen here is that we're going to end up finding out that the getting to juvenile won't be too bad. Once it gets to juvenile, life becomes a lot easier, but it is going to be time consuming. These guys, of course, this is, of course, going to be the most time-consuming part of all the different parts, I suppose, because waiting for the eggs to hatch, it's a long process. Yeah, you can tell there, we barely dented, maybe a little bit over. No, probably about 10%. I would say that's probably about 10% or so. So 10% or so. Still got a lot more to go. We'll keep on going with it. But anyways, for those of you watching on YouTube, I think that's going to be it for us today. I'm going to go ahead, continue this whole process. I'm not going to time-lapse it because there's no real point. But for the growing of the Rex, I will probably do a time-lapse of when that happens. And so we'll kind of start the next episode off right when the eggs are about to hatch so you guys can see the eggs hatching, because I haven't seen that either. I'm actually quite pumped for it. But we'll, of course, get to share that little experience together. It's going to be cool, because I'm looking forward to it. I've never actually hatched an egg. The only thing we've ever made babies of is I had some little baby dogs. 2 baby dogs with the help of a Shuri wolf, but don't have a Shuri. We're on our lonesome here, so we're definitely going to have to dig deep for what we are about to embark on doing. But a lot of waiting, a lot of meat gathering. You guys know how this all goes. I kill things, we get their meat, all that good stuff. So nothing too crazy should be happening in the interim that you guys are going to be missing out on for those of you watching on YouTube. Of course, for those of you watching on stream, guess what? You get to enjoy meat harvesting and waiting for them to hatch. But hopefully I don't bore you too far out of your minds. Anyways, for those of you watching on YouTube, if you enjoyed, consider leaving a like rating down below. Subscribe to the channel if, of course, you are new and enjoying the content and would like to know when I post more stuff in the future. And I will see you guys another time. So take care, everybody, and ciao for now.